The doorbell's on top of the lizard, you see. Oh, hello.
What's going on?
I was confused by the lizard because I was going to push the lizard for a minute, but then I realized that it's up.
That's up high. Welcome to the Black House,
Hello.
my brother. How are you doing? I think my growth, my personal growth, happened in the mid '90s. Don't get me wrong. I was in my early 20s. I was just coming out. It was right after Rodney King, and NWA had F the Police, and I had been arrested for sitting on a curb, and I had, yes, Dan, I did have the wrong license plate on the wrong car, but the plate and the car were both mine. They weren't somebody else's, and they took me to jail for that.
When the courts, the legislature, and the institutions that govern our daily lives are broken, we have to look for ways to make the world a better place on our own. We're learning from people who know you don't have to go to big cities to do big things. This is Midwesticism. This episode features Dana Black, a talk show host and activist who travels all over Indiana to discuss politics with people from all walks of life. Like, what do you tell people about yourself? Like, how do you introduce yourself? Who are you?
Hey, I'm the cross-dressing dreadlock lesbian. What? I'm all those things and more. And unfortunately, for some people, if I'm not, pushing my Black agenda, they're upset. Excuse me. If I'm not pushing my woman agenda, they're upset. If I'm not pushing my LGBTQ plus agenda, they're upset. I am so many things. First and foremost, I'm a caregiver. I went to college and had my brain rewired, and I learned how to receive information, and I learned how to disseminate what's going on. And my state is in dire need of help. If everybody who is intelligent and has compassion runs off to the coastal areas, then my rural Indiana towns will still continue to suffer. There are humans that live in those towns. There will still be suburban areas of my state where people will suffer. There are humans. There'll be urban areas. If all of the smart people leave, who's in the State House?
Thank you for allowing me to come and speak at this very passionate and inspired rally for women's rights. Again, my name is Dana Black. My campaign is called Indiana's Own Dana Black, and I am running for House District 88 against Brian Boswell.
So I've been public speaking for a long time. But what I didn't know until I became, after college, was I had the ability to move people. That was strange. The first time it happened.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how did you find that out?
It was a rally. I was a candidate. I was already out here working it, running against the Speaker of the House. What moron does that?
That was a couple of years ago. Though.
2016. I hadn't done a lot of speeches yet. Just, hey, I'm a candidate running. And they said, hey, come on, will you come and speak? We'll give you 3 minutes. We got all these speakers, and they were really wanting a lot of women, and it was a concept that they had. And so, as a candidate, I wasn't ready to declare pro-life, pro-choice in that setting, but I wanted to say that if you don't like this bill, well, this is the guy that's pushing the bill. You need an alternative. So, in 3 minutes, something clicked. There was a rush that came over me. All of my senses felt heightened. And it wasn't like any of the other speeches I had done. The cadence was on. And it was that instant response from the crowd that kept fueling it. And that was the first time that I knew that through words, I can move and motivate people. But I also knew that was an awesome responsibility. that I could not take lightly. And this was before Trump. If people are listening to you, you better make sure you have something worthy to say that is not harmful to anybody.
So I guess my question is, how fucked do you really think we are?
Wow. Okay. I honestly think we're really fucked.
Okay, me too.
Okay, but I believe in fighting for it.
Yeah.
Okay, every great nation falls. The United Kingdom fought. The sun never sets on the United Kingdom, but they fell. The Soviet Union, they fell. The Roman Empire, the Greek empires, the Mongolian Empire, all these great, and Egyptian Empire, all these great civilizations who dominate the world eventually fail. We were the dominant dog for a long time. I do believe that people believe that there's positives and negatives of capitalism, but the problem is that everybody wants to be rich, so they are afraid to actually attack the poor behavior of some rich people. Not all rich people are bad. I mean, FDR is like the prime example of a rich guy who could do positive things for people who had less than he had. That dude never was hungry. That dude, he was never struggling in life financially. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. But when he governed as that super wealthy rich guy from New England, he created Social Security. He created unemployment insurance. And he understood that and he made sure that everybody had an opportunity to sustain themselves. So but we're in a society where we all want to be rich, that we are unwilling to chastise those wealthy people who are doing harm to not just humans, but the environment, to animals, and the whole nine. And because of this, we're not looking at things objectively enough to actually try to fix them. And you have a bunch of hoarders who are hoarding up all of our nation's wealth and saying, you guys, good luck, because I got mine.
Midwesticism is viewer supported. If you like this story and you want to see more, visit patreon.com/Dan Cannon.